First off, I'd like to apologize for the sound quality. I'm in my truck, and this truck is really, really loud because I've got tires on it that need replaced, and they just make it really noisy in the cab. But I am off work. This is 2.2 for June 11th, 2026. I'm headed home to restart the Productivity Power Hours. Again, working on that name. Just ready to get to work. I just went to Baumgar's. Like I had said this morning, I had gotten about a fourth of my raised bed done with one blueberry plant planted. I'm going to get the rest of the raised bed done. I have 12 packages of soil and 6 packages of manure. So plan on getting that done during my productivity time. I really want to concentrate today on organizing the shop and organizing the house, getting a lot of that done as well, just because it's really hard to get certain projects done, especially in the house or in the shop or around the house, when all of your tools are disorganized and you don't quite know where everything is at. I have a project where I need to get my weed whacker going, just so I can get my lawn in order. I can mow on my riding lawnmower. I've got a push mower that needs a little work because it's been putting around and doesn't have the power that it used to. So I think I've got to clean it out a little bit. But as far as it goes, like most of the projects I have really require me to know where everything is at within the shop, and right now the shop is just it's just a mess. It really is. I did think about some things that I wanted to get done and wrote a list, and some of the things on the list are going to be, things that they're going to be reoccurring, like, making sure the house is organized, making sure, certain rooms are clean, closets are organized and clean. Really, it's all about organization and cleanliness and just making myself feel the comfort of having a clean house and knowing where everything is, and not having the chaos of wanting to do something and not being able to find the things that I know that I need to do that project. So that's the focus today. I'm not sure how far along I'll get with it. I went for about an hour and 15 yesterday. I'm going to try to push it for the 2 hours today, but again, I'm got a late start getting back home. So I should get home around 6:45-ish, 6:50. That'll get me started on this at like 7. So I'll be pushing for productivity until 9 o'clock. That's the goal. So gonna see what I can get done. It's a beautiful day today. It's nice and cool. So sometimes I like working in the heat just because it gives me that extra like sweat, and when you sweat, you're getting rid of all the toxins in your body, and that in itself kind of motivates you, and it makes you feel better. Then after the end of the day, you just jump in a nice cool shower, and you feel like you're on top of the world. So I slept great last night. With the first good night of sleep I've had in 4 days. Again, today's the third day without a drink. So I'm still getting all those toxins out of my body and recovering. It's going to be rough, I think, for the next week or so. Just not, just battling that desire to drink, just from little moments that happen when frustration boils over, or you get that little thought in your head of it's okay, maybe just tonight. But definitely not going to give in. And I feel like having these little talks, even though I'm just talking to myself, really helps, because I'm saying it out loud, reinforcing it in my thought process. So again, this is all an experiment. I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to fail. I can't tell myself I'm going to fail. It's always a possibility, and you have to be aware of a possibility, because if you aren't aware of it, or if you think it won't fail. You're more likely to give in. So you have to be aware of it. You have to understand that there's always the possibility that you're going to give in, and you have to kind of set up your defenses for that. Set up your defenses and know your own tendencies of, this is, something that happens that always, like, I last minute think about, oh, you know what, just if I pull over now or, go to the liquor store, not a big deal. It can happen within just a split second. You can have the intention all day to not drink, and then one little thing fucks that up. So, for me, sometimes it's just when I'm pissed off in my relationship, when things go bad and I feel that stress, like I tend to turn to the bottle just to find an escape. Or if things are super stressful at work and I have to deal with situations that I'm not comfortable with inter-office fighting or whatever it might be, with changes that I don't agree with, that I have to implement because I'm in a leadership role, that again, I turn to the bottle just to find some temporary relief, and really all it does is put me in a huge rut, and it's just not healthy. It's just not healthy for me. So I'm doing better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to continue to do this series and scream at myself if I have to on the way home, that I will not give in. So for those of you who are on this ride with me, I appreciate it. I hope that, if you're struggling like I have for years, that this might give you some inspiration. I really buy into that. David Goggins talks about this, and I really think it's a beautiful belief. And he talks about, the day you die, you go up to heaven and you stand before God, and God brings you over, and he says, this is the life that I made for you. This is the life that you were supposed to live as you lived up to the potential that I have given you. And you look at that and just crumple in disappointment, because you knew all your life you had that potential and you didn't take the steps to better yourself and be the better person. And you all along, you knew what those steps were, but you kept giving in, and you kept giving in, and you kept pushing back your goals, and you just said, wait another day, and then those days turned to years, those years turned to decades, and your dreams are gone. I mean, who could I have been had I had the right mentality, even going through high school? Like, who could I have been, and what potential did I have? I mean, could I have been a billionaire laying on a yacht right now in the Caribbean? Like, maybe, but these thought processes and these self-motivating tendencies, have developed in me over all of these years. And yeah, I've been reading writings that I had from like 2004, and when I was just out of high school. I graduated in 2000, and just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. And I would write. I wrote so much in that time period of my life, and I really just thought that I was going to do something really creative in life, and I loved my creative process. And then I went to college, and of course, when you go from being a really creative writer and then you go into a college system where you have to write a specific way, and you write essay after essay after essay, I mean, I really feel like that shattered my creative process and my desire to continue writing. So, but if I had looked at it in a different way and had, accepted it for what it was, and then still found a creative process within me to stay within those guidelines, I mean, what could have changed? I don't know. So I think that every day, I mean, it just, you have to have that mentality of, I'm going to do better. I'm going to find a way, find a system in my life, if I have to, like I am right now attempting to do, that is going to allow me to be productive, get physically fit so that my mind and body will continue to function in a way that that I'm happy. I'm happy in life, and then implement reading, implement writing, implement doing creative things to continue to blossom your mind and find what it is you truly love to do in this world. I mean, there's so many hidden talents. Think if every person in the world wanted to try to play music. If everybody in the world wanted to play guitar, I bet that there would be like some fucking outstanding guitarist that we'd never even heard of. They found a passion in it because they never picked up a guitar, because they never gave it a chance. They just never knew that they had that talent within them. And that's just one example. Obviously, you could go a million different directions with that. So I think it's so important to just open your horizons and figure out, just try so many different things to see what it is that really registers with you. Because I guarantee every single one of you has a hidden talent, has something that you are going to be mastering that you have no idea exists inside of you right now. So just want to encourage everyone to open your horizons and just don't box yourself in. Don't box yourself in. Don't do what everybody else tells you you have to do. Be creative. Be whoever you want to be, because there's happiness out there for everyone, and you have to be, you have to find happiness in what you do every day, whether that be the job that you work, whether that be the hobbies that you have to find happiness, because if you don't, you're just going to be depressed. You're just going to be moping around all day, feeling sorry for yourself, thinking the world hates you, thinking the world is hell. Well, newsflash, the world is hell if you allow it to be hell. All the gods, all the devils, all the heavens, all the hells, they all exist inside of you, because you bring reality to the world. You see the world the way you want to see the world, and you have control over that. And you can choose what to believe, who to listen to. It's all in your head. So be careful who you listen to. Be careful, the philosophies you're getting into, and don't get too far into politics. Don't let politics or sports or religion or whatever define you. And if you wanted to, fine, do that. But if that makes you happy, truly, do that. But there's so much propaganda in the world. There's so much people telling you who you should be, what you should think, what you should do. Tribalism. There's just too much of that. Be an individual. Be yourself. Think about things yourself. Think critically. And then don't listen to what people have to say about certain topics. Sure, listen to podcasts. Podcasts blew my mind. Just listening to these long-form podcasts. It's just so incredible what it opens up, just hearing these long discussions. And, some people are idiots, and some people you'll disagree with. But you know what? Listen to them anyway. It's great to listen to people that you disagree with, because it's either going to reinforce your belief system that you have on how they are wrong, or they're going to open you up to different perspectives that you had no idea, or ways of thinking that you didn't think about. So I encourage everybody to open yourselves up, and then do your own damn research. Don't just take somebody's word for what they're saying. If someone says something that really registers with you, do the research and really think about that. And sorry, I just went off on a tangent about podcasts and thinking and individualism. But that is so important for developing the person that you want to be. And the more you can develop your individualism in this life, I think the happier you're going to be, because you're going to truly know what you believe, and you're going to truly know, you're going to have knowledge in the topics that you care about, and you're going to talk about those things, and you're going to be educated in them, and you're going to really blow people away. And then, always keep an open mind. Don't be afraid to debate, and don't be afraid to question your own beliefs. in the middle of a debate, and then to truly think about those things, because I think that having those really hard conversations and really talking with people that have other perspectives can open up your mind even more and just make you a smarter, stronger person overall. So sorry I went off on a tangent there. I'm planning on getting home, knocking this out. I'm gonna, I'll report back again tomorrow, just to tell you how it went. Yesterday was hard. Doing it for an hour and 15. I mean, it doesn't sound like it would be hard, but when you really focus in on doing tasks quickly and efficiently, and obviously you're doing the best job that you can, but when you really focus on that task for 15 minutes, I mean, it's shocking how much you can get done when you really put your mind to it. So I'll see how long I can go. I'm going to try to do the full 2 hours though, and I guess I'll report back tomorrow. But until then, I hope you guys have a great night or a great day or whatever when you're listening to this. But yeah, I guess I'll shut the hell up and let you go.